wrapping up several developer tasks. We created the project database table, the create project API route, the create project function that saves the new project in the database, and a get user projects function that looks up the user's project and return them, and we return them in the project create project API route. Okay, there's still a few more things that we need to do though to wrap this user story up, which we're hoping to do in this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I want to fix my front end route. Okay, so if we go to the router here, we are doing get user projects, but right now it's just returning the user data. Okay, so what we want to do instead, and I'm just going to close out of all these, try to get a little bit less. Okay, so now let's go to the auth controller. That's where we're going to start. All right, and we want to look at get user projects. So see, it's just return this .auth service.get profile data, which we do want the profile data, but we also want the projects. So I'm going to say const user is equal to await this .auth service.profile data, and then we're going to say const projects is equal to await this .auth service.get user projects with rec.user.sub. All right, and then we are going to return user projects. Okay, and then this is going to be an asynchronous function. Well, I guess we can give this a try without. It looks like we can async on the auth service because none of these are async. Okay, so let's go to the auth service then. And what are we creating? I already forgot. Get user projects. So I'm going to go down and add it right here. Async get user projects. And then we are going to have a user ID. And we're going to say return await this .project service.get user projects with a user ID. And this is going to be a type number. Okay, so now let's give that a try. Let's return to the projects page. So we're gonna have data is equal to loader data, and then we're going to say const user is equal to data dot user. Okay, so as data. Okay, and then we are going to say const projects is equal to data dot projects. All right, so it's mad because we don't have the type of this, and we also call that projects. So let's just do, instead of fake projects, we're going to do data.projects here. Okay. So then we're going to get rid of the fake projects, and we're going to do type loader data is equal to, we're going to say user, which is going to be of type data. And then we're going to have projects, which is going to be of type project array. And then this loader data is going to be as loader data. All right. And then instead of data here, we're going to have user dot name. Do we use it anywhere else? No. Okay. Let's test it and see what happens. Doesn't feel great. All right, I'm gonna restart my front end and see what's going on. Projects.map is not a function. Well, that is okay. So I'm going to comment this out. And I'm going to console.log data. Let's call it loader data. And take a look. Inspect. All right. Let's do that. All right, loader data is going to be empty. All right, so let's go on our auth controller and let's go ahead and do console.log user. And refresh. Pending, okay? All right, so what I think I'm going to do instead is, I think I'm going to move this to the auth service function to keep it making sense. So the controller is just accepting things in and then funneling to the service. So let's go ahead and keep that. So for get user projects, we want to do, const user is equal to await this dot get profile data with the user ID. Okay, then we're going to do const projects is equal to await, and then, okay, and then we want to do console.log user, and console.log projects. And then we want to return user projects. All right, now let's give it a try. All right, this looks much better. All right, perfect. So now we're getting those back. And let's go ahead and uncomment or comment back in. All right, and so now we are loading our projects. Okay, perfect. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that when we send the Axios request, okay, then on response, we are going to did we forget? I think we forgot the status. I'm curious if my schema forgot it too. Let's go look. Or did I just not read it? Okay, so I messed up here. I should have a status, okay, and the default of the status should be to do, okay? So here I'm just going to delete this and I'm going to set projects equal to response.data, okay? Then I'm not going to worry about this. And I'm going to move this into here. Okay, so let's give this a try. Project A, this is a description of project A. Create project. All right, that looks good. But we need to do an edit to our database to get the to do. All right, so I am going to type ORM default value. It'll look through. All right, I'm going to give this a try. Okay, so we are going to head to our project entities, okay? And we are also going to add column. And we are going to say default is going to be equal to do. And we are going to have status, which is going to be a string. What are you mad at? Nothing. Okay, cool. So now, I mean, the bad part of this is that we have to do a database migration because we didn't do it correctly to begin with. But the good part is that we get practice doing a database migration. So what we are going to do is open a terminal, cd into our API, and then npm run migration generate, which might error because we already have, oh, there we go. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting things all over the place today. All right, let's look at our migrations. All right. It's named the same thing. I should have edited the name, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. So alter table project, add status to do. All right, let's take a look at what happened to our data. Oh, we didn't run it. npm run migration run. All right, and then all right, so now we have that as to do. Let's refresh. Oh, we got logged out. We've been coding for too long. Submit. And then now that is fixed, okay? But that's kind of what the cool thing about migrations are, is that you can quickly edit your tables and your data gets edited as well, okay? We shouldn't have to edit any of the code though, because when I'm creating a project, the status will automatically be to do, okay? So let's add another one. Let's say project B. This is, let's keep the case the same, is a description of project B. Create project, perfect. On refresh, it looks good. I can switch tabs, it looks good. I like it. Okay, we can close out of this. So we now did our create on submit function. We do need to add a catch block. So that way, if we do have an error, we don't have to worry about the front end breaking. So we can just do console log error with our error. And then maybe it's a good idea to add our toasts now. So these we've already done. Okay. So let's do const toast is equal to use toast. Let's import toast from Chakra UI. All right, and then I'm going to find an example toast that I can copy. So here's a good air toast. All right, there was an error creating your project. Please try again. All right, and then let's make a toast for success. I'm going to say success, and then I'm going to say your project has been created. All right, so we have our success toast, we have our submit function, all right, and we have our project page loader function that gets username and user products names and statuses. All right, so we have completed our users can create projects user story, and then we can go ahead and create our features within our project next. That will have to be in the next video. All right, happy coding.